The government shutdown now on its 16th day. With the Senate still deadlocked, government workers are growing frustrated and worried about what the shutdown will mean for their future. The Trump administration says service members will be compensated this week after it rearranged Pentagon funds, but it's unclear how long those funds are going to last. Louisiana senator believes the shutdown will continue to trek into historic territory.
I think this will be the longest shutdown in the history of ever. And I don't say that happily. I don't say that proudly. I'm just saying that realistically.
Do you go past Thanksgiving?
I do. I just don't see what's going to get us out of it.
Now, if the impasse continues past tomorrow, it will be the third longest in U.S. history, which happened back in 2013. The shutdown could soon impact how families put food on the table. In Arkansas, now the most food insecure state in the country, food banks are getting ready for what's next. 5 News reporter Lauren Spencer went to a town hall tonight where leaders say more help is needed.
People are hungry, and I don't think people realize how many people here are hungry.
It's a reality hitting harder in Arkansas than anywhere else. County leaders say nearly 20% of Sebastian County residents and 1 in 4 children are unsure where their next meal will come from.
Our battle here to help fight against it is just get the food in to help get to the neighbors in need.
The River Valley Regional Food Bank is on the front lines, supplying 140 pantries across 8 counties. They say with the federal government shutdown and uncertainty around SNAP benefits, the food bank is preparing for what could be another wave of need.
We have reached out to Feeding America to get some extra food shipped into here. That way we can help supply our pantries better.
So we're not giving a handout, we're giving a hand up.
At a town hall Wednesday night, organizations talked about how hunger is impacting the community and how they can stop it.
Our motto is, if you're hungry, we're going to get you some food.
It's that simple message driving community efforts across the River Valley, including the work of David Phillips, who helps lead Antioch for Youth and Family and St. John's Sack Lunch program.
764,000 pounds of food that we at Antioch have given out. We got 1 million meals now at Sack Lunch.
Phillips says behind those numbers are people, neighbors you might see every day.
We've got well over 40% that are over 50 years old, male and employed, and they've got a family and they need food because they can't make ends meet.
In Fort Smith, covering news where you live, Lauren Spencer, 5 News.
Both organizations say the community can help by donating food, funds, or volunteer hours, and every effort does make a difference. Developing today, the jury trial for the man who escaped from an Arkansas correctional facility is delayed until next year. Convicted murderer and rapist Grant Harden escaped from the North Central Unit in Calico Rock in May. He was set to appear in court next week, but that has been pushed back to December. His jury trial was also supposed to start next month, but that has now been pushed back to February. The Farmington community coming together tonight to honor the legacy of former police chief Brian Hubbard. There was a celebration of life for the former chief at the Farmington High School cafeteria tonight. A slideshow playing throughout shared moments from Hubbard's personal life and time in law enforcement. Spent 25 years at the Farmington Police Department, a majority of those as the role of chief. He retired just a short time ago, and his family told us tonight he'll always be remembered as a great man. A new scam warning from the Arkansas Department of Finance. The department says it has gotten quite a few reports now of an updated text that claims to be from the department. If you see this text claiming DFA is trying to get you a refund, it is not a real message. DFA says it will never text you about asking for bank account details. A similar text circulated this summer asking Arkansans for owed money for traffic tickets or tolls. If you think a message is a scam, you can reach out to the department for clarification. Construction on the addition to the Washington County Jail is about 60% complete. Leaders say the expansion is improving public safety. Now, the project, dubbed the COVID Mitigation Project, is attempting to bring more efficient operations to the jail. It'll be able to house more inmates and give the jail a better booking process. The extension is also meant to help separate the sick to prevent further spread and give the medical team more room.
This project is not about incarcerating more individuals. It's about incarcerating people with more dignity and respect, and also ensuring that we're keeping the streets of Washington County safe.
The judge says no tax money from Washington County was used for the project and instead came from federal COVID relief funds. Continuing coverage of the special election fight in Arkansas Senate District 26. A voter is looking to force the governor to hold the election earlier so the district can have a say in the Franklin County prison discussion. The current election dates, though, to fill late Senator Gary Stubblefield's seat prevents that from happening. Catherine Rowley reports the judge in the lawsuit has to figure out who has the say by law when it comes to special elections.
The discretion's simply not there. In the Constitution, it says she shall issue a writ of election. It doesn't say she can pick the dates. It doesn't say she can put it out as far as she wants.
That's attorney Jennifer Standiford, the lawyer for Colt Shelby. She's pointing to the state law that tries to spell out the process when a member of the legislature dies in office. Arkansas Code says that a governor should act quickly within at least 150 days unless holding a special election is, quote, impractical or burdensome. To those opposed to the Franklin County prison, the governor is taking those exceptions way too far.
150 days is 150 days, and with no good reason, trying to say it saves $20,000, that's $5,000 per county if you really want to look at it. It's really ridiculous. I mean, to even go out 14 months originally and not have representation, it's just stealing representation from those people.
State Senator Brian King says regardless of how he feels about the prison, leaving his colleague's seat open through the next year's fiscal session just isn't right.
In reality, what is being transpired, the real reason is about impacting the budget session, billions of dollars. These, won't have representation on education issues, any issue at all.
Shelby's lawsuit points out that the timeline the governor set out doesn't match other more recent vacancies, including during Republican administrations.
And let's get it up there under 150, just like Asa Hutchinson did it. I looked at the time frame. I looked up the Lance Eads, which was in 2021. If Lance Eads and Asa Hutchinson could make this happen and get representation for District 7, I don't see why District 26 can't get the same.
Attorney General Tim Griffin is defending the timeline, saying Shelby's case should be dismissed. They say that the law does give the governor discretion if she thinks holding a small election weeks before a bigger one is too expensive. But Shelby and Standiford argue the timeline right now violates fundamental voting rights.
And the reason is, this is something that's in the Constitution. It's for the people. We are the voice. This is Arkansas. This isn't Washington, D.C. We don't have a communist state. It's democracy.
Asking for is just for the court to enforce the law, just for the court to consider the constitutional rights of the voters, to consider that the law itself requires that these be expedited and moved up.
Was Catherine Rowley reporting. Now, the judge hearing this case did not make a ruling today despite Shelby's calls to expedite the case. Among the witnesses who testified today were local election officials who said they could get an entire special election wrapped up before next April, but the clock on that is ticking.